All right, Shalom Yashala. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Waha Rakah Kodash Barakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth, and salutations to the select number of Aqua that they're listening. Well, this lesson is is inspired by I believe I believe it was IUIC. They're talking about how Jake needs a marriage certificate. It's like, bro, you know, look, we not in all actuality, man, we not in the times to be, really just, talking about, getting marriage certificates. Now, if you feel that's necessary for you and your household, do what you got to do, man. But don't sit there and highlight that to the nation, man, because that's something you see a lot of these different camps doing, man. Is just like, bro, this isn't the time to be doing that. But yet also, you're making it as if though it was law to have a marriage certificate first and foremost, when that wasn't the case. Okay. As a matter of fact, I want to start off in 24. I'm gonna jump around a little, but 24 Akyam Salakia, Genesis 24, the whole chapter itself is a excellent read in how things are done in order. Okay. This is speaking about Abraham and his when he had become up in age, and his servant, was set out to seek a wife for Isaac. Okay. So that's what this is going into. But it's just excellent. It just breaks everything down. It's nothing mystical. It's something just very plain and simple. There is simplicity in Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Point blank, period. Okay, this this is actually the key point to break down what Jake's saying. Well, you need legal documentation. Like, look, if that's good for your household, that's fine. But don't act like that's law, that's it, and that's all according to Yahweh Bashim Yashah, because it's not it. This is Genesis chapter 24, verse 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. Okay. Now, we know that very fair to look upon is what? Beautiful. In today's time, she'd be what? Oh, man, she bad. She tough. Okay. A virgin, which is a yapah thing. Neither had any man known her. So she wasn't espoused, which meaning, or betrothed, meaning engaged to anyone, promised to anyone. Okay. And I'm going to go through bear with me, Bob Shah. I'm going to go through the translation comparisons. And it gets to the point. Okay. It's the New King James Version. Now the young woman was very beautiful to behold, a sight to look at. A virgin, no man had known her, and she went down to the well, filled her pitcher, and came up. Okay. Let me see. This is the NSAB version. The girl was very beautiful, a virgin, and no man had relations with her. And she went down to the spring and filled her jar and came up. NLT. Rebecca was very beautiful and old enough to be married, but she was still a virgin. She went down to the spring and filled her jug and came up again. Now, she was what? She was old enough to be what? To be married, but she was still she hadn't been married because what? She had not known a man. So a man had not known her, meaning she was not married. Okay? I'll go down some more. Woo! The maiden was very fair to look upon, a virgin whom no man had known. She went down to the spring and filled her jar and came up. NIV. The woman was very beautiful, a virgin. No man had slept with her. She went down to the spring. So basically, that no man had slept with her was meaning what? No man had married her. That's the way you knew a woman, and still to this day, when you know a woman, is having intercourse. Okay, but it is what consummates a marriage is sexual intercourse. Now you can't just treat a woman, especially the women of our nation. You can't just treat them like a jump off, like Jake was saying in that video. But he's talking about doing things Esau's way, and in all technicality, when you read Genesis chapter 24. The servant was the one who offered up the dowries in this. Okay, Abraham's servant, because Abraham was, Abraham was balling. He matter of fact, I'll go to the verse, and this is verse 29. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out into the man into the well, and it came to pass when he saw the earring and bracelets upon his sister's hands, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus spake the man unto me, that he came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camels. Okay, so that those earrings and those bracelets mean, hey, this is a dowry, for my master's son. He wants you to be his wife. When you read this, okay, and he lets him know, when he had gone into the house, Abraham's servant, and Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to my master when she was old, and to him hath he given all that he hath. Okay, and my master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, okay, those Hamites, in those land I dwell. But thou shalt go into my father's house and to my kindred and take a wife unto my son. Okay. So this was a offering unto Rebecca's family. Okay. And of course they asked, the servant had asked, who's your father, and she had let them know. And then once he was in the household, he was talking to the brother, more so Laban, when Laban had seen him talking to Rebecca, and then he was brought into their household. Verse 47, and I asked her and said, Whose daughter art thou? And she said, The daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bare unto him. And I put the earrings, Salakia, I put the earring upon her face and the bracelets upon her hands. And I bowed down my head and worshipped Yahweh and blessed Yahweh, my power of my master Abraham, which had led me in the right way to take my master's brother's daughter unto his son. And now if ye will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me. And if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, The thing proceedeth from Yahweh. We cannot speak unto thee bad or good. Behold, Rebekah is before thee. Take her and go, and let her be thy master's son's wife, as Yahweh hath spoken. Okay, that's how marriage was handled, man. Okay, but of course we're not in those times, but that's how marriage is handled. Wasn't no certificate, wasn't nothing in writing, bro. Verse 52. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servant heard the words, he worshipped Yahweh bowing himself to the earth. Okay. Verse 53. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment and gave them to Rebekah. He gave also to her brother and to her mother precious things. Okay. A dowry, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get Exodus 22 verse 16. On I'm not trying to make this too long, but kind of just just hit the points, man. Okay. And Salaki, I didn't hopped around. Because I was excited about doing this. Because I'm like, bro, if whatever like is benefiting your household, do that. But don't push that on the nation of Yasharala, man. That's a no-no, bro. Salakia. That's why, yeah, Salakia. Okay, this is verse 67 on Genesis 24. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Let's see what these mean in these translations. Hey, and it's simple and plain, man. We know what it meant, man. The New King James Version. Then Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and he took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. So Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. NLT version. And Isaac brought Rebekah into his mother Sarah's tent, and she became his wife. He loved her deeply, and she was a special comfort to him after the death of his mother. Okay, so we know that the servant had carried out the promise of Abraham to find a wife for Isaac. Okay, and it's plain to see, man. And she was a special comfort to him. What you think that special comfort was, man? And what do you? He loved her deeply. You know what I'm saying? Then Isaac brought her into the tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. He loved her, so Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Okay, she was a great comfort. Now, how was that becoming his wife and loving her? Wasn't no BS how it is in this society, man. Okay, that got like straight to the point, man. That's what consummates a marriage, man. Of course, a dowry, okay, and an offering up to that to the damsel's family, man. Okay. This is Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Let's see what that. If a man entices a virgin who is not betrothed and lies with her, he shall surely pay the bride price for her to be his wife. Now that's what I'm curious about. Are these men paying dowries to these women's family, man? I'll read the next version. If a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged and lies with her, he must pay a dowry for her to be his wife. Okay, and you gentlemen, Jake, y'all stop leaving this out. You want to talk about the legal documentation, this and that. Hey, I get that, but hey, question is, are y'all paying dowries to these women's families, man? Okay. Verse 17, if her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Are y'all paying that? Honestly, I can't say that you aren't or that you are, but that is something we'd like to know since we're talking about this marriage certificates, man. Okay. Because another point that I want to drive home is New Testament is that a lot of these Jake out here, man, they they're using these talking points uh as some women like to use, man, catering to the woman. Because in today's age, we know the infamous songs from Beyonce, All My Single Ladies, if he wanted, put a ring on it. And that's by the standards of what? Esau's ideology on what marriage is, man. Okay? So that's not according to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, man. That is not according to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. This is John chapter 2, verse 1. And the key word I want to get in this verse is marriage. And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Yahushua was there. Okay, this is the story where Yahushua Mashiach turns the water into wine, right? But that word marriage, and we understand that the New Testament is written in Greek. Okay, so it's only fair and it's only right that we get that word marriage in Greek.
Strong's G 1062, Gamas.
Gamas. And let's see what that means. A wedding or marriage festival, a wedding banquet, a wedding feast, marriage, matrimony. Okay? And in all honesty, when you look up that word, Gamos, of course, in the Greek is gonna, because what I'm in it right now, Salakia, a wedding or marriage festival. Jake, the reception is the, be the best part, because the families are getting, are intermingling, getting to know people, you're having a good time, you're eating and drinking, because it's a festival, it's a celebration, because this man and this woman are now a family, both families are married into one another. But when you look up that word, the word I have, gamos, when you look up the word gamato or gamati, it would be known as a vulgar word, and that word means fornicating under the consent of the king. Fornicating under the consent of the king, for those, which words I'm laying out there, which would be known as vulgar. But this is the root word of marriage, man, gamos. So that the term fornicating under the consent of the king, when you look up in Greek, you have gamato and gamati. Okay. And a wedding is nothing more than a festival, but the marriage is consummated by sex, by intercourse, man. And before that happens, are dowries being paid? That's my question, man. Are dowries being paid? According, we're talking about our heritage. Hey, yeah, we had things that's written down, but a marriage certificate wasn't one of them, bro. Okay. It was simply what that master did when he came bearing gifts and offering up and had a dowry to pay for Rebecca, man, in order for Rebecca to be betrothed to Isaac. Okay. So if you're gonna mention it, make sure you mention it all in its fullness, in its entirety, man, and not for personal gain, man, because through the Spirit, y'all using them talking points of adultery, man. Just to be quite honest with y'all, man, that sounds like a talking point for potential adultery. Now, I'm not calling y'all adulterers, okay, but I'll more so let the scriptures explain it better. because you know that type of talk that I was hearing on that video is something. Well, sister, you're not married to him. You should marry the, you should get married correctly, bro. The only correct marriage is to lie with that woman, man. Okay, this is Matthew chapter 5 verse 31. It had been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. That's the only thing. Hey, that's that's the only time something should be written down. It didn't say that. It didn't say that for marriage. It said a dowry, and then you betroth that woman. You have a festival. You know her. That's it, and that's all. The only writing should be a bill of divorcement, bro. Okay. This is verse 32. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. And that's what y'all setting Jake up for, man. Cause I could, through the spirit, man, I could kind of see it going in that way, man. Okay. Let's look at these different versions of this. But I say that a man who divorces his wife, this is the NLT, who divorces his wife unless she has been unfaithful causes her to commit adultery, and anyone who marries a divorced woman also commits adultery. Okay. So she's been unfaithful or just not, any wickedness that's outside of that marriage, hey, then of course, a bill of divorce is in order, but I could just see the angle they coming at, because the talking points that Jake has is the same talking points that Eve has, man. Well, he ain't put a ring on it, so technically we not married. And all the Akim and some of the Aquat who listen to our videos, y'all know exactly what angle I'm coming from, because personally I've dealt with it. On the talk, you dealing with Eve, you've already known her. Well, I ain't got no ring on my finger, so they feel they could just willy nilly just continue on as if though they single. Kind of like kind of like how when you would be on a rocking with a one of these sites, or you'd have met Eve, she fly, you digging her, she digging you, by the third conversation, well, my situation is complicated. Well, that complication comes to be that the fact is that you're married, man. Okay. See, all our heritage has been stripped away from us, man. And the brainwashing of this westernized way of thinking, man, has really tarnished us as a people, man, and our disobedience to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, so those talking points of the basically, well, you ain't got no marriage certificate, so technically y'all ain't married. But even here in the States, Esau even knows that legal marriage is for a certain amount of time that you've been living together. That's your wife. Even they get that. They know that. It's nothing, it's nothing more than, man, that look, man, if that's working for your household, when you and your old lady, if y'all got to do what y'all got to do with the courthouse, hey, that's between you and her. But don't push that vibration on Yashala, bro. Cause y'all got a lot of people listening to y'all, man, and more so y'all cater to these women a lot. So they gon' hey, where my ring at? Where my marriage certificate? When the scriptures clearly say the only writing that needs to be going on is a bill of divorcement. But that's all I have on this topic right here, man. Abba Ratazah, this was edifying for the Akyam and Akwaf. Once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Waha Rakak Wadash Barakathum. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the select number of Akion, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth, and salutations to the select number of Aquat that they're listening. Shalom.